Hey guys, how's it going today? So today's video is going to be just a little bit different. Well, my hair is crazy. I slept on wet hair, so it is super frizzy and poofy, but oh well. Yeah, so anyways, we're gonna get started on a different type of series going forward. I'm still gonna do my regular haul videos, but I've just been really unhappy with myself lately with my weight. It's been bugging me for a while, and I wanted to get back into working out and trying to eat healthier and weight loss. So I'm going to every Monday do like a check-in type of video. And maybe that will help hold me accountable because I'm not gonna lie, I am very bad at holding myself accountable and excuse me, and bad at staying on track. And my biggest issue right now is nutrition. Like have been absolutely terrible at nutrition. I can do workouts no problem. I could do a workout every day, but until you get that nutrition in check, you're just really not gonna have big successes. And that is my hardest part right now. Especially working from home. Like before, I used to pre-pack my meals, and I should get back to that. Even though I'm at home, I should get back to pre-packing meals and meal prepping. But I just found that since working from home, I haven't been pre-doing my meals, because when I would go to work, I would have this set amount of food, specific food that I would eat, and there would be nothing else for me there to eat. I'm at work, I can't eat someone else's food. I have to eat what I have, and what I made for myself was healthy. Whereas at home, I have access to all these different foods that, I could have my pre-packed meal, but you know what, there's something else here that I want instead. So I have a hard time with that. So I'm really hoping to slowly get back on track. Now, this is going to be a very hard process because I am not one to be able to quit things. I keep playing with my hair because I'm nervous right now, because I'm kind of just doing the spur of the moment. But I'm not one to be able to quit things cold turkey. It's really hard for me to give things up. So giving up chocolate again and candy and chips, like I don't eat a ton of that to begin with. But it's a lot of the carbs as well. I've been noticing I've been having a lot of carb-filled meals lately. So I have to, not that I'm going to give up on carbs, I'm absolutely not. But I need to give up on the bad carbs. And make sure that I'm eating healthy carbs. So I need to get back into that. So I want to tell you a little background about my history with losing weight, because I did really good at one point. I think I lost 30 pounds within a year. Some may find that, really slow. Others may think that's a good thing. But for me, I did it at a good pace. I think I was happy with it. I was consistent, and I did really good. I was stronger. I had more energy. I used to take naps on my lunch break. Like now, I take naps on my lunch break, especially since like my room is like right there, because I work at home. So even when I was going into the office, there's like a little dark room with a couch and some chairs, and you can just kind of sit in the chair and kind of nod off. And that's what I was doing because I was tired throughout the day. So when I started losing weight and eating better, I had more energy, so I wasn't constantly feeling tired. And so I'm really squinty because I'm in front of a window here. But I felt better. I had more strength. I had more energy. I had stamina. I just was overall feeling better, and I was so happy. I went down several clothes sizes, and I was doing good. And then what stopped me, I had a loss in the family. My nana had passed away. So this was 3 years ago. 3 years ago when I started my journey. So I'm kind of getting ahead of myself. 3 years ago, 3.5 probably, I joined Beachbody, and I was doing really, really well on it. Before then, I was still always struggling with my weight. I was working out, but I wasn't consistent, and I really had no idea what I was doing with nutrition. And then a friend of mine became a Beachbody coach, and she convinced me to join, so I did. And it kind of, after that, it all fell together. Beachbody is great for helping with, you get hundreds of different workouts, and a meal plan that comes along with it. So you can either follow their meal plan, or you can follow the food list that they give you and kind of make your own meals with that food list. And that's what I did. I didn't really follow their specific meal plan with their actual meals. I kind of more did my own meals, because I'm actually kind of picky when it comes to food. I am and I'm not. But I followed their food list, and I made meals based on that food list. And you're only allowed a certain amount of vegetables, a certain amount of protein, and a certain amount of healthy carbs, and so on and so forth. So being able to follow that and having it all laid out in front of me was really easy for me, and I did great. I had motivation then, but it kind of just stopped. So I had lost, in the first 2 months, I lost 15 pounds. And then in the coming 8 months, I lost an additional, not 8 months, 9 months, I lost an additional 15. So I was about 30 pounds lighter within a year. And, but my body completely changed. Like everything I had to go get a whole new wardrobe. I still kept my old clothes because I don't want to say I'm a hoarder, but I have a weird emotional attachment to clothes. Like I can get rid of almost anything else, but when it comes to clothes, I have a weird emotional attachment to them. So I have a harder time getting rid of clothes. But and thank God I didn't, because I gained all that weight plus some back. So I needed them. But I was, getting a whole new wardrobe. I felt confident and I felt great. And then my Nana passed away, and that was a really, really hard time for me, because she was like a second mother to me. She helped raise me, so it was really hard for me. And during that time, with all the hecticness of the funeral and all the visits with family and everything, I stopped working out during that time. My nutrition was still okay, but it really wasn't that great. I just kind of, not that I stopped caring, with everything that was going on, I was super stressed. I just didn't do it. So that was for about 2 weeks, because it took some time for family to come in and to get everything together for her funeral and whatnot. So there was about 2 weeks there that I just wasn't caring about nutrition or working out. So after that 2 weeks, after we finally laid Nana to rest, I thought about getting back to it, and I just couldn't. And my mind was not in the right place at the time. And I went another week, so I went 3 weeks without without working out. And then from after that 3 weeks, I slowly started getting workouts back in, probably only 2 times a week, whereas before I was 5 to 6 times a week for working out. But I only got back to it about 2 times, and then slowly that started falling off, and I stopped working out altogether. And that's when I noticed, of course, when you stop eating healthy and when you stop working out, you're obviously going to gain weight back if you're not being careful. And I did. Clearly, I gained a lot back. So within that year afterwards, so 2 years ago, I had gotten back up. My weight had gone back up. But in that full year, I had only gone up about 10, 15 pounds. So I really wasn't that unhappy with it. I was still happy with where I was sitting. I was okay with it. And then, so that was year 2. And then in this last year and a half was bad. I got really bad in the last year and a half, especially with COVID happening, when I'm at home now all the time, and I live in an apartment, so it's not like I have stairs in my house, in a house like I used to. It's a smaller area. Before, when I would have to go to the bathroom at work, I'm walking a longer distance, whereas now in my apartment, I'm walking 10 steps. Before, I used to take transit to work, and I would walk a distance from the bus stop to my workplace, and same with coming home. And I was getting in a lot more steps, and I was walking a lot more. And the area I live in now, it's okay during the day, but in the evening it kind of can get sketchy. But so I don't go out walking at night really by myself if I don't have to. If I have to go out somewhere, I'll go to where I need to. Like, I have a grocery store down the street. I'll go there, get my groceries, and come home really quick. I don't really linger outside. So that has kind of cut down on my walking because, like I said, I just don't want to be out there too late at night. It's not like it's a terrible area, but it's not the greatest. I feel completely comfortable during the daylight. It's usually when it gets darker. And considering I work until 6 o'clock in the evening, I need like a couple minutes to wind down and whatnot. And, going out for a later evening walk, it's not good for me. Now, I could get up earlier and go for a morning walk, which I've considered, but again, it's still a little bit darker around this area because I do live in an area where there's not a lot of, well, there's a lot of traffic. I live downtown, but until about 7 or 8 o'clock, there's really not a lot of traffic. So it's still kind of a little bit, I don't want to say sketchy, but if something were to happen, there's less people on the road to be able to help you. So just during those times, it's not good for me. So working from home is just not, it's really put a damper on a lot of things. So when the pandemic first started, I had gotten back into working out, or actually before the pandemic. I was going to work early because my work has a gym in it, and I was working out every single Monday to Friday. So I was getting in 5 workouts a week. And from time to time, I would still do workouts on the weekends, but it was mainly during the week. And after the pandemic, when I had to start working from home, I was doing home workouts, and it was still going good. But the whole time, my nutrition wasn't good. So I was kind of maintaining where I was because of the lack of nutrition. I mean, you have to eat healthy in order to lose weight. Or not eat healthy, but you have to eat less calories, and you have to burn more calories than what you're eating, and I wasn't doing that. So sure, I was burning a lot of calories at the gym, but I was eating a lot more calories than what I was burning. So I really wasn't moving the scale very much. So yeah, fast forward all through that. That was my little backstory. I know I ramble about it. You guys know I ramble, but that's kind of my backstory with weight loss. I did great. I lost 30 pounds. And then within 2 years, in combined total of 2 years of losing that 30 pounds, I had gained back all of that plus some. So the first year I lost 30 pounds. In the following 2 years, I have gained about 45 pounds in the last 2 years. So I gained back plus some, and I'm not, sorry, I'm kind of like going back and forth because I'm sitting on a rocking stool here. I just realized that. But yeah, I'm not happy with how I gained it all back, and I want to change that. So with the holidays coming and winter, I'm hoping that I can crack down and really do better on this. So I decided I want to do weekly videos, like weekly weigh-in or weekly check-in videos, and that way it'll hold myself accountable. And I may not get any comments on this at all where people are calling me out, and that's fine, but in the back of my head I kind of know, hey, someone might be watching this and thinking like, what are you doing? Like you didn't, like, you know what I mean? Like, just someone knowing that someone might be watching this and questioning, hey, did she actually do her workout today? So that's kind of why I want to do check-in videos. And I'm not comfortable with stating my weight right now, but I'm hoping that when I do my check-in videos, I'll let you know, because I'm going to be measuring not just my weight, because I know the scale, like for me, the scale is always high. Like I don't want to say it's high, but even when I've been losing weight, I can very much tell, because I measure my inches as well. And when I was losing weight, those went down so fast. Like I lost a lot of inches, and yet my weight was still higher. So I'm going to be using the scale, as well as measuring inches, and just having an overall feel of my clothing. So when I do these check-ins, I'll let you know the scale, like if I lost or gained anything. I'll let you know my inches that I lost or gained, and just how I'm feeling overall. I'll keep you updated on my workouts and my nutrition, and hopefully this will help hold me accountable, and I'll start getting somewhere again, because like I said, I haven't been happy with myself lately, and I want to get back to that. I want to have energy again. I don't want to have to be having a nap halfway through the day because I'm tired. So fingers crossed this is going to go well. Like I said, for me, quitting cold turkey on a lot of the foods that I eat is really hard. So I'm slowly going to try and phase that out, and hopefully just doing it little by little is really going to help. And I'm going to have to start doing that, phasing foods in again. So it's going to take a while with nutrition. And I know I'm going to have setbacks. I know there's going to be weeks when I probably gain 5 pounds instead of losing. So I know what's going to happen. And I'm not going to feel bad about it. I'm just going to take it day at a time, start over each day, and take it from there. I don't have a accountability group anymore. So before, when I was with Beachbody, the first coach that I had, she was great, but then there were some personal things that she was going through that she could not be my coach anymore. So I got transferred to her coach, and her coach was terrible. Her coach ended up kicking me out of the accountability group because of the fact that I still honestly don't know. I was doing my workouts every day. I was trying really hard to eat healthy. I think that's why she wasn't okay with it, because we're supposed to be honest we were supposed to be honest in this accountability group. And I was very honest whenever I failed, and when I had cheat food, like if I had donuts or cookies or just whatever, I would go on there and I would be honest. Like, hey, I had this today, I failed, guys, like I'm sorry, and kind of like I'm being truthful about it. And I guess she didn't like that so much, because we're supposed to be there for the others in this group. And when someone fails, like, you know what, it's okay, like start again tomorrow, and it's supposed to be encouraging. But I didn't get that at all from her, and she said I wasn't showing up. So basically every morning at 6 o'clock in the morning, the ladies in the group would get together on a Zoom call and kind of work out together. Like, we'd all be doing different programs, different workouts, but at least it would be together. So they would go on Zoom calls every morning at 6. I couldn't do that because I started work at 6. So I was doing my workouts on my lunch hour. And so I could not start enjoying them at 6 o'clock in the morning because I was already working. So she had called me out and said, well, you're not showing up, you're not joining. And I'm like, well, how do you expect me to join if you do these calls at 6 o'clock in the morning? I'm working. And so yeah, she just called me out saying that I wasn't showing up and I wasn't motivated. Meanwhile, I was very much motivated. It wasn't until she told me that I wasn't, and that's what demotivated me even more. So I kind of left that out. I had started working out again. I was doing really well with my workouts. Nutrition, not so great again. But until she told me that, hey, you're not motivated, that is what demotivated me. That is what kind of halted me in my tracks. Like, my coach doesn't believe in me. Meanwhile, I am showing up. I am doing the workouts. I am doing the tasks that she gives to us. I'm there. I'm in it. I'm posting every single day, whereas other ladies were not. But I was the one that had the issue. So, whatever. Yeah, when she said that, that is what made me lose even more motivation. So during that time, I was motivated. I really was. But then she did that, and that's where all my motivation was gone. From then, I have not worked out really all that much. And this was probably 5 months ago, 4 or 5 months ago. I've barely worked out. My nutrition just tanked. But luckily from that time to now, I really only gained maybe 2 pounds. I have been pretty consistent with where I am since then. But no, just not happy. It was not a good time either. Like, I cried, I was angry, and I think I'm more angry cried because of the fact that she was very hypocritical about it, saying that, I didn't have the motivation and blah, 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 blah. Meanwhile, up until at that point, just recently at that point, she had only finally completed her first program. I had been doing Beachbody for 3 years, and I've completed several programs. And she had been doing it longer than I have, and she had never once completed a program, and she would always fall off, and she would portray one thing in the group that we're part of, but I also had her on Facebook, and she had a completely different portrayal of her life there. So like in the group, she was eating healthy, she was doing great, she was working out, but yet on her Facebook, she wasn't. Like, she was making bad food, she was making pies and cookies, and she wasn't working out, and she was, it's just, I'm actually kind of glad I got out of that situation, but at the time it really hurt, and I was really mad, and it, like I said, it demotivated me. So things have changed now. I think I finally have the motivation. I'm not happy with myself. I'm just not happy with a lot of things in general, but I just don't feel comfortable anymore, and I've started noticing my clothes have been getting tighter, and I go for a walk now and I get winded easily and I get more tired. So I'm sick of that. I don't want that anymore for me. So that's where this comes in. But yeah, I kind of was really all over the place, that I didn't have a steady line of conversation with you guys. I branched out to a lot of different conversations here, but I hope you guys get the gist of it. And I hope that if anyone is watching this, then maybe you might want to start a journey with me. So I am going to be starting tomorrow. What's tomorrow? Today's the 8th, so tomorrow, the 9th, November 9th. I'm going to start this November 9th. I am going to try, and I don't think I'm going to do my workouts in the morning. I think I'm going to do them in the evenings. And I'm going to try and eat a little bit healthier. That, like I said, that's going to be the hardest part for me, is eating healthier. But let's see if I can do it. If you guys want to join me, I would be more than happy to. Just comment below on the video. Let me know if, this is something that you want to see, if you want to see these check-in videos, because I feel like the more I check in, the more accountable I'm being held. Even if no one else is watching, in the back of my mind, I'll pretend like someone is. And hopefully a while from now, I'll be feeling better, and that this will inspire someone else to try and kind of turn their lives around and try and start on their journey, weight loss journey as well. So who knows where it can go. And yeah, if you guys do want to join me starting tomorrow, let me know. I think I'm gonna, so today's Sunday, I think I'm gonna post this up today. That way we're all prepared for tomorrow. Well, to be honest, I'm not even prepared for tomorrow. I didn't go grocery shopping to get healthy food, or I didn't even pick a workout program yet, but I'm gonna do it anyways. I'm just gonna jump in and do it. And I know it's always best when you are prepared, and I'm not, so I'm gonna start off a little bit shaky, but we're still trying, and that's what counts, is you try. So thanks guys for watching. I have rambled way too long, and I am gonna wrap it up. If you have any questions, comments, let me know. I'll get back to you, and I will see you next week for my weekly check-in, and maybe even before then if I do other videos in between. So, but that's all I got for you guys today. Thanks guys for watching. Wish me luck. and I'll see you next time. Bye.